Happy few days into this lovely new year. Just yesterday, I was asked about how my holidays were, and I said, actually, I had a great time. Little old G was able to lose a few lbs this holiday, and it was great. Like I came out really happy for New Year's. I felt great just walking into a beautiful, brand new, transformative new year for me. All right, how did I do that? Actually, I wrote it all down because somebody asked me to write it all down, and then I noticed, it has nothing to do with my nutrition. It wasn't the fact that I chose salad here or lean this here anywhere. It was about my state of mind. Anyone who has studied human behavior, anybody who has accomplished anything of epic proportions or even just something that's of true value to them knows that it always starts from in here. It's your heart, your mind, your drive. Your actions are driven by your thoughts that are driven by your emotions. So, of course, you can't just look at the exterior when you're trying to change something. So, number one thing that I did was I began to, and I knew this, and I've been trying to practice this, but I really got into the rhythm of this over this past month, aligning my daily actions, my daily tasks with my purpose. I'm a nutritionist. I'm a store manager. All of this together involves dealing with people. So getting back to clients, dealing with staff, scheduling, organizing calls, emails, meetings after meetings, being responsible for finances, being responsible for results, measurements, tracking, organizing, research, everything on a regular, daily, constant basis. So there, within all of these little things, there's lots of things that I could be doing on a regular basis to be improving, to be accelerating, to be solidifying my position, my role, preparing me, but more and more, and for where I am now and where I'm going to be. So what I made sure that I did was I was aligning my daily duties and my daily activities with things that really meet my purpose. I'm a nutritionist. I care about health. I want to see people transform their lives. That's my purpose. That's my goal. That's really what I care about. And I use nutrition as part of it. It's a tool. So if I know what my purpose is, I know the types of things that I need to do on a regular basis to keep me feeling fulfilled, to keep me on track, to keep me focused on point. That in combination with being organized with my time, when I woke up in the morning I had the whole week, almost 2 weeks off for the Christmas break for the holidays. I woke up every single morning, walked the dog, had a fresh start to my day, sort of pondered throughout that time, organized. Okay, even though I was off of work from the store, I was still working throughout with my consultation and my nutrition. So I set appointments to meet people at certain time every single day, or I set times with my personal trainer. I set things that I had to do to be there, to show up. These are all congruent with my purpose, with things that matter to me. So I scheduled them into my day. I was organized about that, and I didn't falter. I didn't reschedule. I kept it. And that really kept me focused. Because if I would have been almost 2 weeks, no plans, nothing to actually do, well, things that I could be doing, but just saying, no, I'm just going to relax, not do anything at all right. So then I would fill my time with maybe lounging around, maybe having a couple snacks, maybe eating. And then I'd say, you know what? I'm just going to eat. Maybe I'm just going to eat a bunch of extra crap today because I'm not going to see anybody till next week. If I gain weight, this is what I used to think. If I gain weight, that'll be fine. I have a week to wait to burn it off. I can burn it off really quick. I know how to exercise. Boom. But then what happens that day into it, 2 days into it, man, a couple pounds gained, I feel terrible. I'm just going to sit in this pity and I'm just going to keep on going. So this is how I used to think. So that's what I realized is that I can't have an incredible amount of idle time without any productivity at all. Like I can have time to relax and to be chill, but it still has to be relatively in line with what I'm trying to accomplish with my life. Everybody has something that matters to them. Everybody has people that look up to them, things that they're trying to do, that they're responsible for. Use those things as your guides, as your tools. The next thing so it was aligning myself, it was organizing my time, and the next thing was learning to have patience with myself. Once I really started to ask myself the question, I used to think that I'm a nutritionist. I actually thought I have to be ripped, jacked, six-pack ready all the time to be a nutritionist, to be at the level that I want. Okay, I have to be this person, and I was never that person, so I was always hard on myself, never satisfied. No matter how hard I worked, I've never been good enough. I wasn't good enough. And then when I really sat down and thought about it, I was like, actually, I don't like the way a six-pack looks. I would not actually like the way it physically looks on my body. I want to have a toned body, fit body, muscular, defined, but not to that excessive point. It's just not for me. And then all of a sudden I realized that I can be me and a nutritionist, my body and my nutritionist, what feels right for me. And it's funny because that actually realizing what I did not want, what all of these values that I thought were mine weren't mine, then I actually became a little bit more patient with myself, a little bit more accepting. And that, like this, like a light bulb went off. Literally, I didn't even realize that slowly I began to accept myself more, slowly and slowly have more patience, and slowly that pressure went away. So then all of a sudden I wasn't like an elastic band just snapping at some food or snapping at a reaction. I was just kind of being more accepting of me, having more patience. Realizing that, as my brother so eloquently put it, we were talking about this earlier, and it was, he was saying that you get too busy focused on the fact that you're not where you want to be. You're not at that point in your path that you think that you should be. This goes for all of us, that you think that you should be, that you completely fail to see that you're on the path, that you're actually on the path. It's part of the path. But you just think that you should be here, but you fail to see that you're actually headed in that direction. It might not even end up being there, but you're on that right path to prepare you for that future. So these are the things that have helped me. The last thing that really helped me was realizing that people look up to me, not, in an admirable way, but people turn to me for advice because I tell them I know what I'm doing, and I do. And I help people get results all the time. People pay me to get them results. I am here to bring transformation to people. This is what I want. Beyond numbers, but true transformation where it's a permanent change. They can be anywhere, anytime, under any circumstance, and they will do things and respond, not react, but respond calm and collectively in honor of who they are. And they won't mess up their goals. And they won't be tempted by somebody or affected by some jerk's comments, but they're just solid. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm working towards. That's what people get me to do for them. So I can't be running around eating ice cream or stuffing my face with cookies every time I feel inadequate or insecure. It's beyond hypocritical. It's soul crushing for me that it's not who I am. So knowing, just like feeling and seeing in the people's eyes how much they value my opinion, and they actually apply the things that I say. I get a call. I made the salad. I made it. There was avocado. There was chicken. I put a bunch of these vegetables. I made that dressing that you said. It was awesome. It was so good. I didn't even eat it all. I'm so surprised. You would have been so proud of me. There was beer everywhere, blah, 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 but I didn't drink that. You would have been so proud of me. That means the world to me. That means so much to me. And to hear people say that, not because of me, but because of themselves, that is one way, to use the people, not just use them, but use those as motivators, as inspirations for your inspiration. You are an inspiration to somebody in your life, whether you realize that or not. Use that fuel to keep elevating yourself, honoring yourself, appreciating yourself. Seriously, that is how I lost weight over these holidays, and that is how I know I'm going to get to my goal. But the other thing too about goals and targets and all that stuff is that there's no such thing as perfection. You will never ever be at a place when you're like, I am 100% perfect. I'm exactly where I will be for the rest of my life. I will never be happier. As soon as you get to a level, you get to that stage, you look up, because we all have a desire to grow. It's innate. It's in all of us. We have a desire to grow, expand, evolve. So once you get to that point, you will want to reach another level. That doesn't mean that you'll never be satisfied, but it means you'll be reaching for more, shooting for the stars. So that's why we can't be upset with ourselves if we're not there, because this is a journey. It's not a destination. So these are the things that really helped me this holiday. And I ask you to consider this when you're going about your new year, setting forth in this transformation. One last thing, get somebody, if you don't already have one, to hold you accountable. I have set in place incredible people to hold me accountable to accomplish the things that I want to do. I meet them at certain times. So then if maybe I have a space of of time that's extra, well, I know I'm going to see that person, so why don't I do these extra things so then I can present that to them tomorrow, and then we can kind of decipher it, see what's going to work for me, see what isn't. Get somebody to hold yourself accountable. If you want me to help you with that, help guide this transformation, contact me. It's my pleasure to do this. This is what I'm here. This is what I'm here for. But if not, just start getting accountability, because for me that was my number one thing. Once I started to organize that a while ago, showing up when I said I was going to show up, do the things that I said I wanted to do, that made a huge difference in combination with all of these things. So all my love, best wishes, Happy New Year once again. Thank you.